Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another H-Bars 3 replay. So on the bottom left side is the blue French. We have adbuchokri401. On top right side is the red Russians. We have ZagurdiCo. Trademark. We do have only 1 7 days on the map. We got the Somalis, which can't give you access to the Somali Druid Militia and Somali Isa Warrior, and the Askari, some mercenaries. And yep, still just Somalia up there. In which so let's take a better look at their research. We got Somali coinage giving. See, trader routes are improved. Villagers and fishing boats gather coin faster. We do have foot archers and infantry armed with rifles attack faster in melee. So light infantry attack faster in melee. So more self-defense for your light infantry. Somali Adjorni engineers increase the limit of fortifications. These units' warships inflict more damage against frontier fortifications. Hide shields. All infantry gets additional armor against range, and all hand infantry becomes cheaper. And Somali lighthouse and outpost docks, trading posts, line posts greatly increase, enables lighthouse ability to be used at the Somali trading posts, which causes all enemy fortifications, trading post docks, and naval units to be reviewed for a short amount of time. No deck selected yet for the French. The Russians do not have a selected deck, but does have a shipment available. Going for their Rusa Karen. We've got infinite food, fueling the school, wood trickle, economic theory, food wood coin, Streltsy, New Order regiments, boyars, advanced arsenal, fencing school, cavalry school, sustainable agriculture, ransack, recruits, cavalry combat, falconets, royal mint, refrigeration, textile, boyars, boy soldiers, factory. Red will kill off monkey to steal his den of mongoose pelts. And the French has selected a deck called 1v1. We got couriers, economic theory, more couriers, wood coin, crossbows, hussars, team cavalry attack, team cavalry or not team cavalry hit points, Woodlands warfare, wood coin, team Singalis, riflemen, skirmishers, more skirmishers, cuirassiers, cavalry combat, dragoons, falconets, refrigeration, heavy cannons, and factory. I wonder, the infinite food crate is interesting. I know this is, doesn't like the Spanish have something that can affect, as a politician, can affect the initial crates. I wonder the Russians have something like that as well. Hunting dogs now being researched as well. Another shipment available. Oh yeah, you can get like a really fast production time infantry as the Russians. You may just go for those 2 cards and just like, oh yeah, I'm under attack, just spam out everything. Starting to age up, or maybe. Okay, here we go. We do now have the quartermaster being researched. The French is eyeing for the quartermaster. Local doggo will go down and will steal his Abcadia, or however you pronounce that. The French player is eyeing for a bit of wood, so probably going for barracks, I'm guessing, or maybe stable, to get some stability in his life. Pocket of mines being researched by the Russians. Pawnee Scout is the village scout. Stefan Sakchev, however you pronounce that, and Amy Nicolette. I have no idea how to pronounce any sort of name in this game. He is going to get some stability in his life. Going for some hussars. So it'll be a good idea for the Russian player not to pull out the Streltsy card. We got now the local kitty cat now being picked off and be stealing his dragon blood trees. Heard a bit of gunfire. Okay, he's trying to spam up the hussars. I just don't want to hear that spam clicking. Nope, his age up did not affect the food crate like the Spanish can. Villagers being produced. Going for a house here. Here comes the hussars. The French bring a shipment of coin and also going for some hunting doggos. More villagers for the Russian. He has plenty of food stored up. He may be going for shipment of coin next. The explorer does spot these hussars. He has no defense. And goes to shipment of coin. Boyars, cavalry. Just scout attacking, not the hussars. Boyars increase the cavalry archer hit point and damage. Cavalry archers, Cossacks, and Orpachiniks. Or however you pronounce any sort of name in this game. Villager going down. And the scouts getting on the fun. He is losing a decent number of villagers now. Blockhouse going on up. Bringing a shrimp of wood, bringing a round of recruits. Oh, there's a blockhouse over there. So 2 blockhouse deployed on the field. The French explorers there. Looking at the Ethiopian wolf and an exotic doggo. That explorer may be from the Black Sea Fleet. Oh, that's the French one. The Russian one may be from the Black Sea Fleet. In which, if you've ever read that story is a weird one where the Black Sea Fleet trying to sail to Japan for the Russo-Japanese War. Black Sea Fleet had a very strange journey. The French players aging up with the Exile Prince. Has quite a bit of food stored on up, going for a bit of wood, so maybe aiming for some pikemen or crossbows? We do now have the New Order regiments giving increased health damage to Portuguese recruits and Schultze. And he's going for more recruits. He needs to age up relatively soon. His opponent has aged up. He's pretty far behind. They lose a good number of villagers. He had 15 villagers. Opponent is at 21, and these are French villagers as well. Barracks now being built. We do now have a house here. A giraffe goes down. Clearly a mythological beast. Who expects a animal with a 10-foot long neck that has a leopard printed skin? Clearly it's more magical than a unicorn, which is just simply a horse with a horn. But in all seriousness, I remember reading a joke about that. It's like, how on earth does a giraffe exist while unicorns don't? After all, it basically giraffes are a very long-necked, leopard-printed, skinned animal. The world is weird. So funny enough, the term unicorn actually does the rhinoceros actually their scientific name is like unicorn something because it means one horn. Either way, we've got a French town center now going on up. Further solidifying his villager lead. Skirmishers not being pulled out by the French, which should be very effective versus all of these recruits. I thought you researched New Order Regiment. It says recruits have plus 10% health, but I don't see plus 10% health. Narwhals exist. I suppose that's true as well. But... oh, it's just damage, not health. No, it says plus 10% hit points for recruits. But I don't see the plus multiplier. I think this card may be bugged. Attack and hit points increased by 10%, but these recruits didn't get any increased health. I don't think they even got increased damage. Am I going crazy? The Streltsy didn't get any plus health or damage as well. What's going on? Is this card bugged? We do now have these Hussars. Took a little bit of damage there. You know what's funny as well? Your comic is on from Kick, you can see. And believe it or not, you may be one of the first people who actually commented from Kick and not be a spam bot. Either way, we got some Cossacks here. Red to engage the skirmishers, slowly whittle down. Hussars push way forward. Need some damage there. Streltsy are not going to be super useful in this fight. Recruits could go into melee mode and help engage those Hussars a little bit better. But overall, they're just doing a great job of just gunning down the skirmishers. Red overall will win the fight thanks to those larger numbers. And the skirmishers just didn't do enough because they were getting tied up in melee by the Cossacks. We now got another round of Cossacks being blown on the field. There's more recruits. More skirmishers being blown on the field. Cossacks will be very good in that situation. The Russian player is still at age 2. And now with the bishop for the Russian, it will allow them to move diagonally a little bit better.
Готов. Готов.
The trade post by providing 52 experience. Got some dragoons being pulled on out, which will help him fight those Cossacks.
Что?
Fun fact, you know hippos are one of the most dangerous animals on the planet? They have a pretty high kill. They kill a lot of people each year. And they're definitely not herbivores. In fact, there's hardly any 100% herbivores on this planet. For example, deer. A deer, for example, they do eat birds, and like a ground bird nest, they will eat the birds, chicks, and eggs. Additionally, I remember reading stories of where the scientists or whatever scientists who studies birds were catching tiny little birds with mist nets, I think the term is, and which they had trouble where deer just kept on coming up to the mist nets and just eating the birds. They also chew on bones to get a bit of phosphorus. There's actually, yep, Bambi would eat birds. Skirmishers do get a nice volley on their recruits. More Cossacks have been blown in the field. He has a decent number of dragoons here. And those dragoons just won't go in melee mode or just trying to block those Cossacks from getting skirmishers. Probably a good idea. Recruits could push on forward. They're musketeers, so they like to shoot anything that moves. One recruit does go down. More villagers in the queue. He does have a shim available. Maybe falconets would be good. Recruits probably not super great. Ransack probably not so much either. But yeah, I'm thinking falconets would be pretty good, though he could go for cavalry combat. One of those two cards. Another blockhouse there. Cossacks are starting to engage. While dragons do bonus damage to Cossacks, they still receive a bit of regular damage from the Cossacks in melee. Recruits Streltsy push forward. Streltsy will provide some bonus damage versus the dragoons. Cossacks doing a good job engaging those skirmishers. Dragoons taking some damage there.
Что?
And when I say Streltsy do some bonus damage versus the Dragoons, keyword on the word some. Because Streltsy are, of course, designed to be cheap.
Приказ?
That doesn't mean it's not a good idea to spam them out, because they are cheap. You have still that one shipment there. The French bring in some falconets, as well as more skirmishers and dragoons. An artillery foundry being built here now. He's just holding on to the shipment. Is he going? Not sure what he's planning to do. I do notice as well, he does have the sustainable agriculture and textiles that improve his plantations. Raw mint and refrigeration both affect plantations and mills as well. Additionally, refrigeration also does affect your rate of collecting up herdable animals. It's like one of the only upgrade cards that affect that. So, definitely go for refrigeration before it goes sustainable agriculture, because 20% is better than 15. We do now have the falconet and the recruits being put on the field.
Что?
Artillery foundry here. Grenadiers are heavy infantry, so maybe not great versus skirmishers, though they do have 50% range armor. Maybe just more falconets, or maybe culverins if he can't have any trouble dealing with his opponent's falconets.
Что?
The Streltsy will soon be annihilated by these falconets.
Приказ?
There's his own falconet shipments. They're reloading. Okay, they're no longer reloading. Another round of recruits. Blockhouse taking some fire. Shipment recruits still on the way. Going for a culverin. Both players have paused village production. The French is pretty close to aging up. Cossacks taking an opportunity to go for the falconets. Skirmishers don't encase them, but there's not many Cossacks here. The recruits pushing forward. Falconets finds a volley there under the skirmishers. One falconet does go down. One French falconet does count one of the Russian falconets to go down. And there goes the French falconet. The Russian, of course, does have one falconet remaining, which will provide him good defensive position. Right now, doesn't really have, the French player does have more of a counter force to his current composition. Oh, we got more recruits, so he's just going for mass recruits. Going for some of the opportunists of raiding cavalry. They have excellent siege damage and bonus damage versus villagers. 64 siege damage is pretty good, and times 3 versus villagers, so they're basically the Lancer version of versus villagers. Not to mention, they do actually get a bit of bonus damage versus the artillery, so they're a good anti-siege unit as well. Refrigeration, I do like that card right now. Probably the best one you can get out at the moment.
Готов.
Orpencheniks, or however you pronounce that, I'll push way forward. French villagers do offer a bit of extra health. He has not gotten the very fine coat, so they don't have extra health. Does take out 2 of the villagers. 3, 4, 5. These villagers not even get inside the town center. So it looks like he got 5 villagers. Actually, very significant. The Russian players at 33 villagers. The French is at 39. That was a very good calling. Oh, we do have a secondary town center for the Russians as well, right over here. Orpencheniks do find the dragoons. Orpencheniks are, of course, a specialist unit, not really meant to engage dragoons. They're counter. They are classified as heavy cav as well. Does take some damage there. Has a culverin on the field. Going for another culverin. He knows his composition is mostly composed of infantry, which is very vulnerable to artillery, hence the extra culverin. He's going for some cavalry archers. Ground dragoons now being pulled out by the French. Skirmishers and recruits engaging. There's the falconet, a little bit exposed. Villager will spot the dragoons. Dragoons slowly whittling down these forces. We've got some halberdiers. Right now, I don't like the positioning of the Russian player. He may just have to lose his falconet. There's the veteran cavalry archer. Dragoons engage in melee combat, but they do get ripped apart there. Halberdiers get forced on back. Falconet's still alive. Recruits taking some fire. More cavalry archers, which will be countered by the skirmishers. I don't know why he's actually going for cavalry archers. They're light cavalry. His opponent's not playing on heavy cav.
Готов.
I'm sure does take a hit. The Russian player does have a shipment available. Maybe gonna either go for Royal Mint or maybe Cavalry Combat. Royal Mint. And looks like he's at pop cap as well. Can't apply on move villagers. He actually has quite a bit of wood. I would say he's perfect can revolt, but he is not in age 4. How revolting. French is aging up to the Tycoon, which will give him a bit of a coin rebate. And he's going for his own refrigeration. What card should the French go for first? Heavy cannon is very attractive, honestly, but the factory is also pretty nice to have, so any card should do. The Russian player almost has enough. He has enough coin to age up, needs a bit more food. He gets out some more food, glorious food. There is a zebra, which is a bastardized horse, which is not even close to a horse. Frontier blockhouse being researched. Wait, and he's going for a whole lot of recruits. He's spent all of his food. He's not eyeing to age up right now. Rapidly gathering up more and more coin. Oh, I'm not sure. He doesn't have the church research. Not sure what the church research is for the Russians, but I am not sure what he's eyeing. He's going for a mass amount of coin. Is he getting out a saloon? I don't see a saloon back there. Maybe he's going for a good amount of cannon. Cannon wouldn't be half bad. He has built some mills. Going for some mill research right now wouldn't be half bad, because right now, 0.8's not bad. Not super great if compared to his opponent, who may have some more hunts on the field as well. If I can find any. There they are. Opponent right now is at 1.56, so much better, but granted, they're also French villagers, so also are better as well. As a shipment available, the French is at age 4, has a massive reserve of all resources. He could go for Imperial. It's expensive. Going for the various arsenal research now. Fencing school now being researched. I wonder what mercenaries he could bring on in. Oh, French villagers getting hit by the cavalry archers, but do less damage versus villagers, 50% less. So those villagers become porcupines pretty quickly. There's a pair of falconets. He has 2,000 coin. He has over 1,000 wood. I have no idea what he's doing. Taking a pretty nice volley there from the falconets, the skirmishers. Howdy, thank you for the... That's why YouTube subscription notification. Nope, thank you for the follow, Swordhook next. Recruits engaged, we've got the halberdiers here. Cavalry archers engaging dragoons, falconets firing away. Recruits getting a little bit surrounded. More recruits are here. He has nothing to do with Q, with thousands of other resources on store. I'm just not sure what the Russian player is doing. He has a good amount of... Why is he eating so much wood? He doesn't have church research. What am I missing? I have to be missing something. Why on earth is he going for 26 villagers on wood? He's can't revolt yet. He's going for, of course, more mill technology. And he's out of hunts on the side, barring right there. Plenty of hunts actually here. Hippos are not hunts. The guardians. Guardians of that a bloat of a very hungry hippos guarding an assortment of recreational balls. Is that wait, is that the plural term for hippos? A bloat? Of a group of hippos? Is that really what a group of hippos is called? A bloat? I never knew that. More villagers, going for some falconets, going for veteran recruits, which is a little bit late. I'm just a bit confused on what the Russian player's doing. Still confused. Going for the natives. Going for zone mill research. There's a factory. He's going for all the native research. So is the Russian player. Oh, we do have some of the Voltjägers, or however you pronounce that, the Royal Guard skirmishers.
Готов. Приказ.
Still has 2,000 wood. There's an arsenal, church here. Sustainable agriculture. But there's no church research. What is he planning? Both players are just massing on up. The French player could be a bit more aggressive. But right now he doesn't want to lose and get counterattacked and then just straight up lose. He has a decent amount of coins stored on up and wood. He could eye for a revolt of his own. We do now have the Team Singhalese for riflemen. Nice amount of walls.
Приказ.
Здравствуйте.
He's starting to put more and more villagers on food. I don't like how he transitioned. I mean, if can't speak. He could have collected some berries there, so he didn't have to immediately go for those mills, and I don't like the pacing of he was collecting the wood to transition to mills. He's now aging up to the logistician. But his food economy is now pretty good. Right now they're at 1.21 food per second versus opponents at 1.39. A little bit lagging behind, but there are of course French villagers. Somali coinage, got a good number of mortars being called the French, very nice. I'm still wondering, is he going to revolt? Everything just sort of lined up as for a revolt. Will the French revolt? Needs more wood and coin, but he is collecting up those resources. And the factories are providing coin as well. Got some guard culverins being put on the field, as well as some natives. It's going to be probably one final battle. Both sides just building up. The French is at pop cap, so he may want to be aggressive. Needs more coin before a revolt. And that's assuming he's going for a revolt. Logistican? I forget what the Logistican provides. There's an estate.
Готов.
Maybe in that fort wagon there. Bastion, villagers. The French going for some various research. Standing army, mass cavalry, of research that we don't talk about, and the town watch. Orders moving forward, which can make short work of the factory, or not factory, fort. Bookkeeping. Needs guard recruits. Right now they're just veteran. He's going to be fighting against Royal Guard. One of these guys looks a little bit different. Oh, it's the Malajar Militia. Which does offer a decent amount of siege armor. Some of the Falconets are going down. Culverins taking some hits. Royal Culverins have all gone down. Recruits are not in good numbers, so they're starting to disintegrate. The Russian player has one shipment available. Needs more wood before a revolt. They want to go for the factory. And that's just assuming it's a revolt. I just don't know. He has too much food at the moment. He needs more plantations. There's basically no coin left on the map. Dragon's now trying to hit the culverins. And it looks like the Russian players just getting overran. Going for more recruits. There's more recruits. He's going for Streltsy. They're just drillets, not even veteran. Recruits are going down. More is hitting the blockhouse. The Explorer goes down as well. I think the Russian players just getting overran. The mortars will make short work of the fort. Doing 625 damage versus everything, barring some things. Charles able to get a bit of bonus damage versus the Scarred Dragoons, but they're, of course, they are industrial age units versus colonial age. Recruits getting annihilated there. Too much food. May want to go to the market and sell off some of that food. The factory, he has one factory on the field, another factory on the way. It'd be a good idea for him to get heavy cannon against all these skirmishers. He has some horse artillery, that could be decent. Dragoons now push way forward, has no way to protect the horse artillery from the dragoons. More recruits. The French has a massive reserve of resources. He could try selling off some coin in order to get out Imperial Age. Frontier blockhouse being pulled out here, but it won't go up. Now go down. You have the factory wagon here. The factory is being pulled up. He does have good training time, quick training time. He has defensive school, does not have dueling school, and he may or may not have the church research, the standing army. Orbitonics actually are a good item. They do pose damage for siege, but they're not connecting. They're being attacking one unit, but getting caught up on another unit. So they hardly did anything there. War patrol there. Bookkeeping for the French. Water powered. He's going for wood with his factories. There's a lot of revolts that can make use of just a food-based unit. I kept on saying revolts, but at this point in time, I think revolts are the only thing you can do. He has only food, and that's basically it.
Готово.
He has enough coin for a vault. These culverins need to keep their distance. Oh, culverin takes out the royal culverin. Mortars firing away, or howitzers, I should say. Let's see, investments purchase stuff as wood. I'm not sure. Maybe with some structures. Recruits getting some shots on the dragoons. They're doing 25 damage per shot. The dragoons are doing 20 or 36 damage per shot. More recruits on the build queue. He may have a good ratio for his recruits, because he does have 41 villagers on food, 21 villagers on coin. So he may have a proper ratio for recruits, and maybe it gets out his dueling school. He can just start spamming them out. With the church research, I think they're like instant production, aren't they? But here comes recruits. Takes out some of that infrastructure there. Recruits do find the howitzers, and that will help prevent his buildings from going on down. They're taking some damage. Not going to melee mode. He's getting picked off there. Another round of recruits push forward. As this culverin eyeing to push forward for a counter barrage, but not being microed. Has a shipment available. I think doing the school is what he needs. He needs the mass production. He's going for a round of horse artillery. He has enough wood for a revolt now. I still believe heavy cannons are the way to go against all of these skirmishers. Culverin's trying to rotate around to hit these howitzers. There's some infrastructure here. The Druid militia do bonus damage versus siege, or those are the Isa warriors, not the militia. Culverins either way are down. 3 Falcon or howitzers remaining. 1 royal culverin there. There's horse artillery. These guys are very stacked up, so they get annihilated. Pretty good volley there. Dragoons trying to push their way forward. Howitzers engaged in the artillery foundry. Some more walls going up to protect his villagers. Starting to lose some of his plantations. Does not have enough coin for an age for a revolution. Horse artillery push way forward. Recruits good to get some melee hits on the dragoons. He's just focused on the horse artillery. Got some warriors now being pulled out. Oh, he has gone for Imperial Age. I missed that, but now got Imperial Dragons being pulled on the field. I think he just got Imperial, Imperial Voltjägers. The Russian player does have shipment available, and looks the Russian player backs out the game. This is Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.